Hey, grade 10s, we're dealing with Introduction to Trigonometry, and this is something that you're going to continue to do in both grades 10, 11, and 12. So the first definition we need to go over is trigonometry itself. And what is it? So trigonometry is the branch of mathematics that deal with the measurement of angles in triangles. For the first little bit, we're going to be only dealing with right-angled triangles, and we're going to be dealing with the three different sides: the hypotenuse, or HYP, the opposite, OPP, or adjacent, ADJ. So the hypotenuse is the side across from the 90-degree angle. The opposite is the side across from the angle under examination. And the adjacent side is the side next to the angle of examination. So if we continue to look at some examples here below, it says naming the sides of a right angle triangle. So anytime you see an X by an angle, or an O, or even a theta sign, you might realize that that is the angle under investigation. So if we were to look at our definitions again, and it says hypotenuse, that is the side across from the right angle. And that stays the same always. Now, the adjacent and opposite side can change based on where the angle is. So in the first example, the X marks our angle under investigation, and the one closest to it or beside it is the adjacent. And the one furthest away or across from that is the opposite. Now, exact same triangle, however, we have a different angle of investigation or under examination, and the side closest to it is the adjacent, and the one directly across, once again, is the opposite. So if we look at the following examples, it says label the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse sides of angle X. So this is the angle under investigation. So in this case, we know that the hypotenuse, or HYP, is always going to be that long side across from the right angle, and the opposite is going to be the one across from that angle under investigation, and that is the opposite side. Now, the one closest to it is the adjacent. Now, as you can see, if we go to the next question, it says label the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse sides of angle Z. So this one right up here. Well, once again, we know the one across from the right angle is our hypotenuse. We know that the one across from the angle under examination is the opposite. And we know that the one closest to the angle itself is the adjacent. And that's how we label the three different sides of a right angle triangle. So it says for a triangle ABC shown on the right, identify the hypotenuse. So in this case, we know the hypotenuse is side AB. So it's this side right here is our hypotenuse. Now it says the side opposite to angle B. So that being angle B, the side opposite to it would be A to C, okay? The side adjacent to B would be BC. Now, if we looked at angle A, or this angle right here, the side opposite of it would be BC, which is right here. And the side right beside it would be AC. So our job was to just simply label, once again, the hypotenuse, the opposite, and the adjacent based on where the angle in question or under examination is. So that is your work, your lesson for today, 2.8, Introduction to Trigonometry. And your job is to complete 2.8, assigned work, Intro to Trigonometry. It's just one page, and yeah, that will set us up for the remainder of the unit.